I just got the greatest news of all time. I just got the greatest news of all time from Roberta. Roberta has not been wrong yet, by the way. Like, I will. If this comes true, Roberta, I promise you. If this comes true, I will put you in the category when it comes to breaking news of Annie and Alexa.
That's the face of a man who just got exactly what he wanted. Pure relief mixed with excitement. And what you're about to hear is the story of how Indiana Fever just pulled off one of the smartest signings of the 2025 free agency period. Not the flashiest, not the most expensive, but potentially the most strategic move they could have made.
Like, this is huge, and not only that, she's going to be so much cheaper. She is going to be so much cheaper than Natasha Howard. Oh, this is such a good one. And she's a willing shooter. She plays fucking hard. She has no ego. Oh man, this is such a good pickup. And I was about to make a video being like, oh shit, she's going to New York.
Roberta's track record this season has been spotless. Every leak, every rumor, every prediction has come true. And when someone with that kind of credibility drops news about Mo Billings heading to Indiana, you pay attention, because this isn't just about adding another player to the roster. This is about fixing a fundamental problem that plagued the Fever all last season. The power forward position has been a black hole for this team. Natasha Howard gave them nothing offensively, and suddenly, with one signing, they might have solved it for a fraction of the cost everyone expected them to pay.
Mo Billings. That is such a big one. I literally made a video. I had it recorded. I missed out on this news, by the way, because I was currently recording a video talking about how, like, the Indiana Fever can't sign Natasha Howard. And I literally say in the video, I say the minimum, it's like, I don't mind.
Let's talk about what Mo Billings actually brings to Indianapolis. She's not a superstar. She's never going to be an all-star. But here's what she is: a willing shooter who plays with zero ego and runs the floor harder than almost anyone in the league. Last season with the Sparks, Billings shot 30% from three-point range on nearly 2 attempts per game. That's not elite, but it's functional. More importantly, it's 30 percentage points better than what Natasha Howard gave them. And in an offense built around Caitlin Clark's passing, functional shooting from the 4 spot changes everything.
And by the way, there are videos of me on this channel saying when the Fever should have sabotaged Mo Billings a year ago. The Fever should have sabotaged, because with the Valks, she was taking the expansion drop, but the Valks didn't core. I said they should have got her anyway. Like, they should have just stole her from the Valks, because the Valks were never going to pay her to core designated Supermax. And they didn't even core. Okay, Mo Billings is such a good player.
The chemistry angle here is underrated. Billings played with Caitlin Clark on Team USA during international competition. They've run pick and rolls together. They understand each other's timing. And if you watched those games, you saw something important. Billings doesn't hesitate. When Clark hits her with a pass, she shoots it. No pump fakes, no second guessing, just catch and fire. That decisiveness is exactly what Indiana's offense needs. Last year, too many possessions died because role players weren't confident enough to pull the trigger when Clark created open looks.
Center last year. Like, I don't hate Howard as a center. I just hated Howard as a power forward. But yeah, this one's huge. This one's absolutely huge, lads. And I will be live in like 20 minutes after this. I will be live in 20 minutes. And man, this is big. There we have it. Y'all wanted her, Amber delivered. Honestly, she may not be.
But the real genius of this move is financial. Billings is going to cost somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000. Compare that to what Natasha Howard was making, or what Azura Stevens would have demanded in free agency. This is championship-level value hunting. Because every dollar the Fever don't spend on the 4 spot is a dollar they can use to keep Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull. Those 2 players are critical to Indiana's identity. They're the connective tissue between Clark's playmaking and Boston's scoring. Losing either one would hurt more than people realize.
Oh, I didn't. But Adding flashbacks to Caitlin Stuckey fast breaks. Yep. Alana Smith, you are a New York Liberty. I think she's a Minnesota Lynx, to be honest. I knew in the first pick and roll, Caitlin Team USA, they'd be after her. Yep. Does should means Mo considering it? No. Roberta has not been wrong yet, and I actually cannot believe I'm saying this. Like, I mean this for Roberta.
Let's go deeper on the on-court fit. Billings shot 82% from 0 to 3 feet last season. That number matters because it means she's efficient in transition, which is where the Fever want to live. When Clark pushes the pace off a defensive rebound, she needs players sprinting the floor with her. Billings does that better than almost any power forward in the league. She's not waiting to see if the break develops. She's running hard every single time, and that pressure creates easy baskets. Indiana was 13th in the league in transition points last year. Adding a rim runner like Billings should push them into the top 5.
She runs the floor. She can play with Aaliyah, by the way. She will shoot the ball. Like, I'm not saying Mo Billings is a good shooter. I'm saying she will shoot. I think Mo Billings is a better offense, much better offensive, worse defensive Temi. Like, she shot 30% from 3 last year on many attempts. On nearly 2 attempts a game. I'm cool. I'm fine with her shooting 30%. It's better than 20% Natasha Howard shot. And not only that, she will run. She works her ass off. I said it when I was like, with Natasha Howard, like, the Fever need one of 2 things, the power forward position. They need, and by the way,
the defensive side is where this gets interesting. Billings isn't an elite defender, but she's competent. She understands rotations, she communicates, and she plays with effort. That's a massive upgrade over what they had. Natasha Howard was supposed to be the defensive anchor, but her effort level was inconsistent at best. Billings might not have Howard's reputation, but she's going to give you 40 minutes of maximum effort every single night. And in a system where Aaliyah Boston is protecting the rim behind you, competent defense at the 4 is good enough.
I think Alana's going back to Minnesota. Mo Billings shot 82% from 0 to 3 feet, or 19% for field goals. Yeah, Caitlin Clark's got to find her there. We saw her for Team USA. This is a ideal fit. And by the way, Taya Harris is an ideal fit as well. Okay, they might be cooking. They might be cooking. Indiana free agency targets. Marine, no. Kennedy Burke. No one said anything about Kennedy Burke yet. If the Indiana Fever somehow pull off Kennedy Burke.
Here's the part that should terrify the rest of the league. Indiana might not be done. If Billings is only making $50,000 to $60,000 and they're not overpaying for a star power forward, that means they still have money to spend. Taya Harris is still available. Kennedy Burke is still available. If Amber Cox somehow pulls off adding another rotation piece on top of Billings, this roster suddenly looks deep enough to compete for a championship. Not next year, not in 3 years, this season.
Ray Burrell, no. Julie Van Loop, nah. Taya Harris is way better. But, nah, this is a serious one. This is serious. Oh my God. Shout out Amber. I think we might have... You're cooking, I guess. And I will be live in about 45 minutes for the rest of free agency. I'll see you guys.
So here's what this means for the future of the Indiana Fever. They're not chasing names anymore. They're not trying to make splashy signings that look good in press releases. They're building a roster with a clear identity, pace, shooting, and relentless effort. Mo Billings embodies all 3 of those things. She's not going to sell jerseys. She's not going to generate highlights on SportsCenter, but she's going to do exactly what this team needs her to do, night after night, without complaint. And that's how you build around a generational talent like Caitlin Clark. You don't surround her with stars who need their own touches. You surround her with players who understand their role and execute it perfectly. Players who shoot when they're open, run when they should run, and defend with maximum effort. Players who make $50,000 feel like $200,000 of production. The Fever were 1 game away from the WNBA Finals last season, with a roster full of holes. They just filled their biggest hole for pennies on the dollar. If they can add one more piece, if they can keep their core together, if Aaliyah Boston takes another leap forward, this team is going to be a problem. Watch how the rest of free agency unfolds. If Taya Harris ends up in Indianapolis too, if Kennedy Burke somehow lands there, if they manage to retain both Cunningham and Hull, then this Billings signing stops being a good move and starts being the foundation of a dynasty. Because that's what smart teams do. They don't overpay for big names. They find value where other teams aren't looking. Mo Billings to Indiana. On paper, it's boring. In reality, it might be the smartest move of the entire offseason. And if you're a Fever fan watching this, you should be excited. Not because you got a star, but because your front office finally understands how to build a championship roster in a salary-capped league. So the question is, do you trust Amber Cox to finish the job? Does this signing make you more confident or less confident in Indiana's direction? And if you're another team in the league watching this happen, are you worried yet? Because you should be. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit subscribe if you want more free agency coverage. And get ready, because this offseason is just getting started.